Welcome to Bodhi Unified Flow, where we simplify complexity and amplify performance. Today, we're tackling the medical billing maze to protect your financial safety net. We're diving deep into money basics and the financial safety net, Part 10, Cashless versus Reimbursement. Let's look at a critical component of personal finance that, honestly, most of us ignore until we're literally sitting in a hospital bed: navigating health insurance claims.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the financial safety net, then compare the cashless claim path with the reimbursement route. After that, we'll expose some hidden traps and deductions, cover claim rejection prevention, and finally, wrap up with a quick summary. Let's get right into it.
By the end of our time today, you're going to walk away with highly practical, actionable knowledge to defend yourself against massive out-of-pocket medical expenses. You'll grasp the real dichotomy of claims, understand the latest IRDAI regulatory timelines, and most importantly, learn how to audit your hospital bill to avoid those nasty hidden deductions.
All right, starting with Part 1, the financial safety net.
The stakes here are absolutely immense, right? With a staggering 62% of Indian medical costs still paid entirely out of pocket, a robust health insurance policy is your literal shield against sudden wealth destruction. Now, the whole claims process basically splits into two very different operational frameworks: cashless and reimbursement. While both of these paths eventually cover your bills, they are worlds apart when it comes to cash flow timing and the administrative burden that gets dumped on your shoulders.
Let's move on to Part 2, the cashless claim path.
This is the ideal scenario, folks. To kick off this seemingly seamless process, here's your protocol. Upon admission, you need to head straight to the hospital's insurance desk, hand over your health e-card and a valid government ID to the TPA, the third-party administrator. But wait, there's a catch. You've got to give them a 48 to 72-hour notice for planned surgeries. Or, if it's an emergency, you need to inform them within 24 hours of admission. Don't slip up on that timeline.
And this is where things get really interesting for 2024. The insurance regulator, IRDAI, has completely flipped the script with some massive regulatory shifts. They've introduced rigid, time-bound mandates so we don't have to endure endless waiting in hospital lobbies anymore. Get this. Insurers are now mandated to decide on your pre-authorization within just 1 hour, and they have exactly 3 hours to grant final discharge authorization once they receive the final bill. Absolute game changer.
Adding to this momentum is the incredible new Cashless Everywhere initiative. This is brilliant because it completely decouples your financial safety from those restrictive network hospital lists we're all so used to. As long as you follow the strict intimation protocols, you can now see cashless treatment at virtually any registered hospital in India that has 15 or more beds. No more running around looking for a specific hospital network during an emergency.
Which brings us to Part 3, the reimbursement route.
So, what happens when cashless fails, or you choose a facility that's just not up to speed? You fall back to the reimbursement route. And let me tell you, there is a stark trade-off here between your liquidity and your workload. With cashless, the insurer pays the hospital, minimal upfront cost, rapid settlement. But with reimbursement, you're paying everything upfront. You bear a massive initial financial hit, and then you're staring down a 15 to 45-day wait for the settlement after you're discharged.
And to actually secure that settlement within the IRDAI timeframe, you have to compile a pristine, mountainous paper trail. We are talking original discharge summaries, itemized final bills, pharmacy receipts, diagnostic reports, signed claim forms, and the all-important treating doctor certificate. Listen closely. Missing even one original document can lead to permanent financial loss. Guard that file folder like your life depends on it, because your wallet certainly does.
All right, let's look at Part 4, hidden traps and deductions.
Just when you think you've mastered the two paths, we have to confront the wealth destroyers. These are the hidden financial traps that catch even the smartest, most informed patients completely off guard. The most dangerous one? Proportionate deduction. It sounds like abstract jargon, but it's ruthless. If you opt for a room priced above your daily policy limit, the insurer doesn't just make you pay the difference for the room rent. No, they reduce the payouts for almost all associated medical services by that exact same ratio.
Let's break down the actual math so you can see just how dangerous this is. Imagine your room limit is 5,000 rupees, but you decide to upgrade to an 8,000 rupee room. You probably think, okay, I'll just pay the 3,000 rupee difference. Wrong. Because of differential billing, your 1 lakh rupee surgeon fee gets slashed proportionally. The insurer might only pay 62,500 rupees, slapping you with a 37,500 rupee penalty right out of your own pocket. This deduction cascades across operation theater charges, nursing fees, the whole shebang. It will absolutely destroy your budget.
Another sneaky trap is what we call the consumables conundrum. These are non-medical, single-use expenses. Think gloves, syringes, PPE kits, cotton swabs. Individually, yeah, they're cheap, but cumulatively, they can silently eat up anywhere from 10 to 25% of a modern hospital bill purely out of pocket. Unless you have a specific rider to cover them, you're footing the bill for all of it.
Moving on to Part 5, Claim Rejection and Prevention. Now we need to equip you with the shield and sword to prevent the absolute worst-case scenario, a completely repudiated or rejected claim. You know what causes up to 40% of serious rejections across the industry? Non-disclosure of pre-existing diseases or PEDs. Failing to disclose conditions like hypertension or thyroid issues on your initial proposal form, even if it's just a daily pill you pop and forget about, is a fatal error. Other huge red flags include waiting period violations and lacking proven medical necessity for the actual hospital admission.
But don't panic, because here is your ultimate regulatory shield: 60 months. This is the IRDAI moratorium period. What this means is, after 60 continuous months of coverage, your insurer absolutely cannot reject a claim based on the non-disclosure of a pre-existing disease. The only exception is proven malicious fraud. Hitting that 5-year mark offers immense, long-term peace of mind.
My biggest piece of advice: never, ever pay a hospital bill blindly. You need to use a rigorous 10-point hospital bill audit to relentlessly cross-check your daily running bill. Refuse those vague summary bills and demand line-by-line itemization. Verify that your room charges match the exact days you were admitted. Cross-check the pharmacy logs against your doctor's prescriptions, and keep an eagle eye out for miscategorized surgical items. You have to be proactive to protect yourself from systemic billing errors.
And finally, Part 6, Summary and References.
Let's consolidate your new armor. We've taken all that complex IRDI jargon and transformed it into a clear, actionable strategy. You now know the ins and outs of cashless versus reimbursement flows. You've decoded the new 1-hour and 3-hour mandates. You know exactly how dangerous proportionate deductions are and how to neutralize them. And you're fully armed with the concept of a 10-point hospital bill audit.
The tools are literally in your hands now. It's totally up to you to use them. You have the power to ensure your medical emergencies aren't compounded by financial panic and to demand absolute transparency from the healthcare system. So I'll leave you with this one vital thought. The next time you're faced with a medical crisis, are you prepared to audit that hospital bill and protect your hard-earned wealth from these hidden traps?
Here are the references cited in today's explainer, pulling from the core documents on money basics, health insurance claims, and the latest IRDAI Master Circular. Thank you so much for joining this Bodhi Unified Flow Explainer. Stay focused, stay empowered, and take total charge of your financial safety net. I'll catch you in the next one.